Cheers, Kelda.
So, hello everyone. My name is Pratima and I am part of the ActEarly team as a committee researcher. And nice to meet you all.
Hi everyone, my name's Sultana Roof and I'm also a community researcher and partnership lead for Bromley by Bow. Very nice to be here and see you all.
Amazing, thank you. Shall we kick off with our Discover, our Discover section of this event? Hi, Lynn, I just say hello to the people that have come up in the chat. Apologies if I miss everyone. Hi, Linda. Hi, Sharifa. Hi, Naomi. It's really lovely to have another Naomi on the call. Hi, Lutfa. Hi, Kritika. And please, oh, hi, Shumi. Please keep saying hello in the chat if too. So yeah, shall we kick off with the Discover section, and we will share some of the things that you've told us over the past 6 months. I need to work out how to move forward on my slides. Hang on, here we go. The first 500 of the ActEarly study and of the impact of COVID-19 in families, and also the family playrooms research. I think over to Claire.
Okay, so what we've done so far, so the project that we've been running was funded in May, I think, to look at what had been the impact of the COVID pandemic on families in Tower Hamlets with children under 5 and pregnant women. And so we ran a survey. We're just reporting today on the first part of that, which is the first, what we're calling the first 500 of the respondents to that survey who who responded to our Qualtrics links between July and the end of September. They were very largely women, 303 women versus 57 men are in the database that we're looking at today. And they were asked questions about all sorts of things, about job security, food security, housing, their children's health, play, how they were feeling about themselves, their relationships, their worries, and so on. And today we're just going to talk about a few of those things.
And then I guess the family playrooms research has been going for a similar time period, exploring what makes the best start in life from all sorts of different angles. We also sort of have largely talked to women, and we did that through an online survey and some community participatory activities. Some of you will be involved in our Burdette Bunting or our It Takes a Village or village creation. So that's kind of what we were doing with those. And then that included talking to 570 families in total. Oh, let's see how there we go.
So it's been a tough year for everybody. And we're going to talk about a little bit about what's made it pretty tough. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the ways in which people have responded and standing together. So many things do feel more unstable this year because of the pandemic. We've seen in our survey, we saw that unemployment was rising among people. So there was a rise in the number of people who were unemployed when they completed the survey compared to their position before the pandemic started. And that was, really quite high levels. So I think there was about 40% unemployment rate by the time the survey was completed. And that was more likely among Bangladeshi residents and those from what we called other ethnicities. So not Bangladeshi and not white British or white Irish, but coming from a very wide range of other groups who were living in the borough. And those two groups, the Bangladeshi and the so-called other ethnicities, were seeing more unemployment than the white British or the white Irish respondents. So a whopping great 39% of respondents were in receipt of universal credit or working families tax credit. And nearly 14% had used a food bank recently. So, a lot of poverty there. We saw that 16% of homes needed major repairs, and that was more likely among Bangladeshi families than in others, the other ethnicities or the white families. And similarly, a large number of homes had damp or mold. So housing quality is a problem. Only 52% of families responding had access to outside space. And that is quite a worry, given the age of the children is very young, and they need to be mobile for their own health and development. There was a lot of concern about the mental health of the people in the sample. Only a third had no symptoms of depression, which is really quite worrying. And depression was most common among low-income families and again among Bangladeshi families. And what's interesting is that in Bradford, there was a similar survey running in the year. And in that survey, depression was more common among white respondents. So it was different in Tower Hamlets. So we're looking into that further. And then we asked about access to health services like health visitors and routine baby checks and so on. And again, we were quite concerned that only around half of the respondents had done so when their child was at that age, and that it was more likely among white families and less likely among Bangladeshi families. So there's a lot to dig into in this survey. We've only just begun, really, but that's just a flavour of some of the things that we found that were making people feel quite insecure during the year. But move the slide on.
Sorry, it's not predictable when it's going to move. There we go.
But we've stood together, and the next section is about what we found about the way people were firstly supporting children. So a third of children who usually attend early childhood education and care services like nurseries and schools, nursery classes and so on were doing so, which means a lot of parents were looking after their children at home all through the lockdown and so on. And nearly all of children were read to at least some days in the week. And again, that was more likely among white families than those from other groups. When we looked at family relationships and help in the community, nearly 3/4 of those with a partner said their relationship was good or excellent. But over half, 52%, found it difficult to combine paid work and care. So that, although they might have had a good relationship foundation, it was practically quite difficult to carry on as they were doing. Some people found positives in lockdown. Some people talked about having more time to be with their children than normal, and doing more things together. Some people even talked about it being a blessing. We found that just over half, 52%, had received some kind of support from family, friends and neighbours. And a similar proportion said that support had not changed from before the pandemic to the time they completed the survey, which suggests that there's quite a high level of community solidarity anyway in Tower Hamlets. And 57% were providing help to others, and that was mostly around shopping and childcare and so on. But again, about half said they were lonely in the past week, so maybe more support, social support is needed. And among those who were lonely, it was much more likely among those on low incomes than those on higher incomes. So there's much to do, I think.
And Sultana's going to share some of the other ways that families have been supporting themselves as well. Sultana, you might be on mute.
Oh, sorry, thank you. Here are the findings for our top tips from families for building happy and healthy lifestyles. The first one is environment. So people said that they got out every day and they kept active. Next one was play and activities, so making time for play, and that included the adults as well. Security, so people were saying that they were building up a routine that looked after the whole family. and connection, so checking in and chatting with their support network. We have some more tips that people shared, but these were the biggest themes from our research. And we also got parents to share their practical wisdom and share their tips on how they have coped through the lockdown.
So there was some really great examples of how we have all got through such a tough year so far. And another strand of the research that we were sort of drawing from people is a dream for the future as well. And I don't know if some people recognise that It Takes a Village poster, because that's one of the ways we sort of have got collected our dreams together. So some of our dreams for the future involve the environment and space. Nature was a huge part of what people found was important to them, especially during lockdown, as a way to escape from home. So we've got loads of pictures and drawings of rivers and trees and flowers. Stability and security was a really big theme in what people talked to us about, because that was around protecting children in quite an uncertain environment where there's lots of fear around and lots of ways that we've had to change routines and lots of disruption and lots of worries about, as we've heard, income and where we're going to get food from, and is our housing fit for purpose? So stability and security was a big theme too. Connection and support was particularly important for parents, and that's connection to share tips, have laugh together, and also to support each other and to understand where everybody's coming from. So that was a big theme for parents particularly, and especially as they found a lot of the sort of generally built-in support around the home sort of just disappearing temporarily during the lockdown period. And then finally, play and activities was another really big theme from the research. The biggest thing that parents asked for was more activities for their children, and and that was play that was social, play that was creative, play that was maybe combative. So we had some children suggest wrestling and karate, and play that was active. So those were kind of our 4 big themes that have come out from the Family Playrooms research. And Pratima is going to share a bit about how that what the creation of the village.
Thank you, Naomi. Yes, it does take a village to raise a child, and I'm really pleased to share what we found. As Naomi shared, that in our findings we found all the tips and suggestions and their recommendation what make them happy and healthy. And with after having all those ideas, when we reached out to those children and families, and it was over 150 family and children, when we asked them like the things makes them happy and makes what they want to see in their village. And when they created this village, the beautiful village, and they kind of created their dream village. And I want to request you all to try to see this village through children's eyes, and you can see that what makes them happy and healthy and what they want to see feel connected and supported. So here, let's see the village, their dream village rather, I would say.
Fantastic, thanks Pratima. And I'm just going to load it on my on the screen for our first. This is, I've got to say that this is a preview. We're going to have a slightly edited version coming out next week. So you're the first group of people that we've been able to preview this with. So I'm going to see if I can share my screen and show the video now of all of the village that has been created. Let's have a go with that. I'm just going to mute myself in the process.
Yeah, it's just not piece of art only, it's their feelings and emotions and their dream, which is amazing.
Once upon a time, a group of hard-working people came together and decided they wanted to build a village with a difference. This village would be the best village ever to raise their children. They worked for a long time. Sometimes they moved forward and sometimes they moved backward. Then they had a bright idea to get more people who can also help build their dream village with them. They took help of nearly 150 children and their parents. The village was largely shaped by these children, with some support from their parents, and as a result, their dream perfect village came into reality. In their village, you can see everything. Rainbows, good weather, flowers, trees, rivers, parks, and playgrounds. Look, they have made a pond where children can feed ducks, and this pond has weeds, flowers, grass, and also lily pods, where they like watching sunrise and the moon and spotting it behind the clouds. Everything is colorful and the colors are beautiful. When the sun sets, the sound of ocean and the waves calms them down. It is a soothing sound. Look at this playground. It has a swing and obstacles, a perfect place to imagine, to create their own world and be swept away into that. Wow! It even has a multiple art studios, music and colors, ninja and karate classes, wrestling, cinema and movie making space, parties and friends, people getting together and playing games together. They have a disco every Friday. They dress up, make a cake, play pass the parcel, musical statue, anything with a beat. They've got disco lights and it's really good fun. A perfect space for kids to hang out together where everyone is included. They value learning and understand essential thing in life. Therefore, they have built libraries, school and other training courses, shops, supermarkets, takeaway meals, medical centers, small eco-friendly houses for everyone. But their village must have green space with flowers. They welcome everyone new in their community. Not only that, they are adventurous, they love animals, superheroes. They look up to the superheroes as exciting with special power and skills. But importantly, as a protectors, playing a role in keeping them safe. Pets are to play with, to learn about, and to be cared for. The people in their village are all friendly. In their village, their parents have time to spend with them, play with them, and teach them the right values and provide a safe space to share their feelings and explore new ideas. where everyone is connected, supported, and valued. They celebrate their joys together and share their challenges, and no one lives in isolation. Now, they're asking you, what do you want to put in this village? What would you like to take from this village and make your own dream village? Thank you for sharing our dream.
Oh my word, what talent. It's so lovely to see them all together. I don't know, I just think we should have a round of applause for all of the creators of the village. Thank you so much for adding your bits, and yeah, I hope you felt that did it justice. Oh, and I'll see you. It was thanks, Naomi. I'll see you soon. So that was I guess the end of our kind of discover section. This is that was all the research that we've been getting up to over the past kind of 6 to 9 months, and I guess now we're ready to we can go and connect with some other parents and talk about maybe what we've heard now, maybe some things that we hope for 2021, maybe just to get to know somebody else's name. So I'm going to try and put us in breakout groups. I'm not necessarily going to be super speedy at that because I am not a natural Zoom person. But let me have a go at doing the breakout groups now.
Naomi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, I would just like to thank, I was just watching all the wonderful pieces of work and I was thinking that, that little simple thing gives them the opportunity to put their thoughts out. So thank you for giving them the opportunity first. And thank you for all the kids and parents. It's so great to see that kids have this many thoughts and ideas. So they also think about the surroundings and what they want. So there are so many things they have in their minds. So thank you for giving them the opportunity to at least put it in the drawing in form. Thank you so much. Yes, and all the brilliant ideas.
Oh no, thank you. It's been such a pleasure. I think this is easily the highlight of my summer doing this work.
Exactly. We don't understand at least a simple little thing can bring so many things out of the kids. It's brilliant, honestly. And keep continuing doing such things.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah. I think I might have got these breakout rooms sorted. So yeah, and just well done to everybody involved. I'm gonna try and move us all to breakout rooms. So we're gonna be in smaller groups.